Howdy, Chatty McChatters. I hope y'all are well. It's your girl, the Fox. Oops, I opened up 2 copies of my model. Give me a sec. Also, because of the timing on when I opened up my model versus when the game launched, the game screen is not currently set as my model. Well, is what it's supposed to be, rather. Welcome to the game Die for the Lich. My wonderful Chatty McChatters. Let's run a camp. Let's do a run. Let's see. Hey, babe, 1 or 2? Okie doke. Anyways, Chatty Chatters, this game, like I said, is called Die for the Lich. It's a dice rolling game that is also, technically speaking, a roguelike deck builder. You collect dice, you collect currency, and your objective is to beat the bosses. I had been playing the demo for a bit, and then one of my wonderful partners, namely Lugia, told me that the game I had told them that I wanted for Christmas was not an option as an early Christmas present was not an option. So I told them that this game would work instead. And so he bought this game for me. Whoops. That was too high of a roll. Let's do that. Then what was 4 rolls properly? Nope, okay. I mean, they're only rolling a 2 anyways, so. Let's take a couple coins. Let's go do another battle. Let's get exactly 6 armor for that. Let's see. Thunk. Right. Well, let's grab a couple more coins and let's go up here. Negative value, but gain armor equal to the rolled number. Poison die, bone bracelet. Let's grab that lucky die. Let's grab that poison die. And then the die, we're gonna go up to a die for health soon. But let's do this and this. Goodbye, silly little critter. Let's grab the blood mark. Apparently, it's gonna get used right away. Nice. Alright. Let's do that. Poison die. Oh, that was a 4. Go up here. We're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna sacrifice this 10 to heal up. Back up to 22 health for the boss fight. 3 shy of my initial health. Then we're gonna do this. We're gonna hit the boss like that. We're then gonna roll. Okay. Well, that sucks. Take a bit of damage. Guaranteed 5. There we go. Let's get a little bit of armor. Alright. Let's do that and that. We now have that, that, and that. The only problem is, I think I'm dead. Yep. I can reliably make it to the boss. Nearly full health. And then die. Let's try the other character. Let's grab the lucky die. We're gonna go this way. Oof. So, if fudge. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to crit that. Well, we'll try that again because I messed up. Let's grab the thigh. Alright. Ah, fudge. I didn't have any other D4 there. This die only works if there's D4 on the field. Whoops, I negative it. I accidentally hit a bone in the process of trying. Why did I have to roll with max? Okay. Let's try this again. Bop. There. Thunk. Alright. Oh. Come on. I went about that wrong. Dang. What? Roll a really high number. There we go. Eat that thing from existence. Oh, right, it had to be exact. Fudge. Well, I made a few mistakes this time again as well. Venom hatchet. Okie dokie. I'm grabbing that. An immediate. Huh? Why was the. I should have taken. Fudge. I should have taken those coins. There was an immediate shop. What the flip? I didn't even know that was a possibility. Let's do that. Okay. Thunk. Let's re-roll the bigger die. There we go. Grabbing the coin. Am I even gonna... now that I think about it, was the coin really the right choice there? Yeah, there's no shop up next. Next question is... I'm going to the right real quick. That is a better shield, so we will swap that out. Else you... Give me a high roll. Come on. Close enough. Well, great. Another reboot. Okay, if we go down the left, we don't come across any of the shops, which means we don't need to take coins. We also got a lot of chests. Over here, let me double check something. Yep, this way. And I can avoid elite battles completely if I go all the way left. If I want. Interesting. Do I want to make a big die smaller? I can make a bigger die, a bone die. Or I can make a bigger die, a tombstone die. So it pulls stuff back from the discard. Dang it. Have to curse on the shield. Great, there's another battle before. Fudge. Okay. Reroll one die from the board to try to get a better roll. There we go. Yeet that thing from existence. What's she doing? Okay. Shield. Great. Should have gone with the slightly higher roll than that. Well. Let's try this again. Alright. Okay, let's see which route am I taking. Every route includes, except for the rightmost route, includes a Charon shop. Middle route contains a chest. Straight chest, okay. Let's go this way. Oof. I messed that up. Get them. Roll? Wasn't a high enough roll. Let's do a 6. Puts me back at full health. So shield first. Gotcha. Ow. Yes, it was. Sound alerts, what the flip? I know. It's like my sound alerts volumes got reset. Accept and close. Dashboard. Log in. Yeah, Risha's currently here. She has today off. Ow. My ears still hurt. What? Lugia says hi. By the way, it was Lugia who did that. Not your fault, Lugia. The volume seems to have, like, reset. Where? How did I... Okay, let's go to channel points. That was the Mario death one. How do I go in here? Okay, there it is. Let's turn it down. Alright, that one's been fixed. I think. I lowered the volume. Ah! Get some rest, Lugia. Sleep well. Thank you again for the game. How are you doing, Fox? Alright, 1, 2, or 3? Babe. Right side of the map it is. Yeet from existence, silly creature. Yes, Fox Knight, how you doing? Blood die or coin? Currency or additional chance to get a good attack rolls is what I should say, because the coin is currency. The die are attack rolls. And it says when an enemy dies, draw this die. Fox Knight, Chatty McChatters. Fox says blood. Okie dokie. Well, I'm gonna take a little touch of damage here. Let's reroll this one to make it stronger. Yeet. Alrighty then. Odd die or coin? Oh, I will be going toward a shop soon, I think. Yeah. If I take the right route, I'll be going entirely straight to a shop instead of hitting a battle. Problem is, I hit a shop before I heal, and I'm at 5 health right. I mean, I hit a battle before I heal, either way. I'm gonna take the coin, though. Let's make the blood die a smaller die. No, not the, 4. Let's make it not a D4, let's make it a D6. Because I know the minions of the boss get stronger every time you roll a D4, so... Let's grab the flail, so we have an additional attack. Let's go here. I should not have grabbed the flail, because there's a venom hatchet in here. Tenacious Charge. Let's grab that. We'll grab a tier 4 lucky die. And we'll grab that D20 poison die. Hello, Luna the cat. Now... we'll do that. I think I'm dead. Yep. Spike die into two bones or frost shield. The spike die happens to be a D20. You re-roll it as many times as you want, but you take 1 damage each time you re-roll it. And it gets you closer to the critical. No claws, cat. Ow. That was my bare foot. I wouldn't have been so annoyed at that if she'd been doing it through my pant leg, but she got my foot. It was one of the Smokies. But yeah, so chat. 1 or 2. Spike die or frost shield. Spike die or frost shield. Alright. Lay boop the Luna the cat. Welcome, welcome. So Fox thinks I should go Frost Shield. Okay. What does Luna the cat think? Spike dice? Or Frost Shield? Spike D20 or Frost Shield? So the spike die says simply that it re-rolls as many times as you want. However, you take 1 damage. Frost Shield says that a crit will make all dice on the board frozen. A frozen dice will roll the face they are frozen on every time. Okay, we're going Frost Shield then. Let's see. Looking at this map chat, which route should I take? These are shops. These are just free chests. These are for fusing dice and potentially making a decent style of dice weaker. And this is all healing. Sacrifice a die and get health. These are elites. And these are regular battles. Objective is to defeat the boss. I have an objective with now that I have the full game to beat Act 3. To gain the next character. Also, that Frost Shield came from the very first starter chest. So left, mid, or right. Pointing out that left and mid end up merging and then breaking apart, merging again, and then breaking apart. I mean mid and right, rather. Looks like first 2 encounters are identical. Well, 3 encounters are identical. Then there's a shop and then an elite battle. Then a die for health. And then a regular battle versus an elite battle and a die for health. Or same number of battles first and then a die fusion to be able to make a strong die type into a weaker regular die with the same strong die type, thus being able to be used more efficiently. And then a chest, another battle, a shop, and a die for health. It looks like this one has less. Left has less battles. Overall. And they're weaker battles. Overall. Left has weaker battles overall. Because right has the potential to end up with 2 elite battles. As does technically mid. Because they both have 2 points where they have the exact same node. So chat, what do you think? Left, mid, or right? And I will consider right being yeah, I mean, yes, you can go no elites. So there are 2 options to go. All routes have an option for no elite, but 2 of the routes have options for dual elites. So again, question stands. I can't remember. I can't remember if elites have a better chest after battle chest or not. But I know that the monsters are stronger, thus giving me a better XP gain from them when I defeat them. So it's a matter of risk versus reward, and if I win. You know? Hey, babe. Are you planning on trying to do the same thing you originally planned with the party pizzas? Which was take them for lunches? Okay. I know. I was just making sure you're not gonna... Yeah, I know. Yeah. I probably would have said party pizzas if I had thought about it, but... You know. Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. Why did I do that? I didn't need a shield. He's not attacking. Ah! Waste of die. That was a waste of die. Yeet. Right. Let's see. That's a max. That's a max. Dadgummit. Those are max tier die. I can't re-roll them to get a better score because they were already max roll. You know? And I used the shield when I didn't need to. Not that it actually matters in the overall scheme of things. But you know. Come on. There we go. $15 XP. Do I take the leather die or do I take the coin, chat? Remember, we do have a shop coming up. In 1, 2, 3 chests. We have a shop coming up after 3 chests worth of travel. Draw another object from the bag, or gain a coin that, until we spend it, is able to apply a counter to my combat counter, making it more easy to obtain crits. Because it's a 1 counter. So that would be the good reason. That's the valuable reason for taking coins when you don't want to go to a shop, is that they do technically still count toward gaining crits, because you can toss them onto the field with the die to up the counter. So yeah, leather die or coin. Alright, I guess first response was coin. Okay. Alrighty then. Okie doke. We went coin. We'll use the weaker shield for this to guarantee I have shield. Alright. Ta-da! I managed to get a crit into that. If I max this, I get... I did not max it, but... Oh well. If I had maxed that, I would have gotten a decent score on that. I'm going to take the coin again because I know that I can get a bunch of die from the shop. We're actually going to make we're gonna not do any fusion. We're not gonna make the D12 weaker. Alright, this is a weapon chest, which means, do I take the flail or do I take a shield? In this case. Flail or shield? On a crit, discard tray and draw an equal amount, or on a crit, return all d6 to tray after use, or just leave. Fox Knight says flail. Luna the cat there, by the way, babe, is one of Lugia's partners. It's interesting because Lugia literally bought me this game. I'm playing a game that was literally bought for me by Lugia. I thanked him for buying it and then lectured him on buying it for me while he's in debt. No, it is a poly relationship. Basically, you're in a relationship with Lugia, but not with me. And I am currently living with one of my partners, who I've been living with for, what, almost 8 years now? Maybe even 8 years? 7? And a month. Well, that's the thing. Lugia is not dating the partner I live with either. Just like I'm not dating anyone else in that chat. In the group chat. Alex is a friend of mine, but I'm not dating them. For example, Lugia's partner, Alex. But yeah. So I guess I'm going flail, or replace the dagger with it. There we go. Ooh. Well, that was the highest possible roll that would have gotten me. Halved curse? That's annoying. Bonk the golem. The gargoyle creature. Okay, eye patch. You can reroll any ones on the board. Or the Duomo Pauldron, which prevents the first time you'd lose health. Chat. Alright, Statically Golden, thank you for popping in. But yes, Chatty McChatters. Fox Knight, what do you think? Eye patch or Pauldron? Alright, Fox Knight says Pauldron. What do you think, babe? Alright, I went with the Pauldron. We're grabbing those coins. Alright, let's see. Short sword. I guess we're grabbing die because I have a better weapon than the short sword, and I have the frost shield. We'll grab the ember die since it's a guarantee roll during the thing. Now let's sack the D12. I'm about to go into a boss fight. I need full health. Alright, boss battle. Here we are. Take a couple damage. Whoa! Every time I re-roll that dice, it applied poison? Well then. It applied a stack of poison every time I re-rolled it. That's useful. Because it counted as me rolling another D8. And yes, I am intentionally focusing the boss. For a very, very specific reason. Dadgummit, it yoinked my ember die. Well, about to take a decent chunk of damage there. Yep. Why am I not surprised? I almost killed him. He was at 9 health. It would have been better off if that thing had not yoinked my Ember dice so that I could have rolled it because it was critted. But yeah, no. Hmm. I guess we'll go. Actually, chat, I'll be right back.
Get my fucking thing to work. If you crash my game, I will block you on Steam. Only warning, Tubby.
Bonk.
Why was that a clip that was picked? I'm cute.
Yeah, so guys, it's Aura. She saboed from the right side of the thing when I was going there.
Oh. Hey. Hey there. Ovalima 115, thank you for the follow. Oh, woo.
You might have items in your You guys might have items in your bags called continent maps. They will reveal a bunch of tiles for you. So this engine gets installed there. Ah! No, that's not what's supposed to happen. Colin? 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 You're suddenly gaining health. He's patrolling the two. So you'll admit you're cute?
Yes.
Then I guess I have to admit that I'm cute.
Like that sometimes.
I don't know what the jittering noise would be.
I feel like I did mediocre in that.
Mediocre.
You got 2 Moris off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I got
got
4.
2 more is off,
fuck up.
so
I got to troll someone. That's all I went there for.
the horns come from the ones that kill me? You mean the hunters? Oh, I guess it's just a skill issue then. My lack of getting the horns is just a skill issue then.
Oh, I got aloe vera from the trash bin.
Oh, I saw a dog. There's a pack of wolves.
Hey, good luck. I'm just here searching for shit.
I think they know.
Button.
Good luck, Ara. Don't die.
There's a food shop too.
Oh, I got antibiotics if you ever get infected.
I'm infected right now.
But that's too bad.
I fell out of the building.
How did you Ara? How did you manage that?
Why? They only had 2 perks. That was awesome. If you
I have returned! And I'm as vicious and scary as ever! I will punk you because I am the most vicious and scary being in existence! Okay. So here's the question, Chatty McChatter, aka currently just Fox Knight. Left, mid, or right? Actually, chat, we're gonna pop back over here real quick. We're actually gonna change characters, which is gonna re-scramble things. But the question is now still left, mid, or right. Let's see. If I go mid, I get a second chest immediately, but then I have to go right into an elite. But there's a die for health right after that. If I go right, I can get a second chest, dodge an elite, go straight to a shop, come back onto the right, and then grab a die for health, and then go straight to the boss. If I go left, I can completely avoid elites again. I think I'm gonna go. I'm still trying to decide here, but I think I'm gonna go mid. I'm leaning more toward mid. A mid moving into left feel is what I'm getting. So I'm gonna do it. Wait. Is my mic? Yeah, okay, good. We're gonna take the Psy. We're gonna go into battle. Baka's going straight into combat mode. And I messed up. I should have remembered. But the Psy requires D4s. So I'm gonna have to get as many D4s as I can. Yeah, we're swapping back to this so I can actually deal some damage. Alright. Debt curse. That's annoying. What makes it more viable to, And I forgot about that. That had to be. I'm dead. Immediately. Okie doke. Let's try that again. Do 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 do. Let's grab that soul die because that's useful. Let's turn a D6 into the obsidian die instead of a D4. Then a Charon's shell, ember die, and a poison die. Then we'll do that. Whoops. Dealt no damage that turn. Oh well. We need to do the shield first. For the sake of... surviving it. Surviving the attack. Then we need to do this. I hope we get... Yep. Hi, Keen. I like how while I'm not streaming, I reliably make it to the boss, and now that I'm streaming, things go wrong, and I can't make it there. What is this? Some kind of stage fright? Performance fright? Type thing? Am I having trouble strategizing? It's not like it's on purpose either. Okay, you get stronger when I roll d4s. So that's a problem. Okay. Let's just deal some damage there. We'll do this. Fudge. Exact damage to block. Roll the d4, do that. Deal the damage. I guess it just has to be some form of nerves or something. Let's grab a bone die. Guess I'm going to the shop from here. Yeah, this game is not like it's not completely RNG. It's RNG what you pull, but that's all. Fudge. You have the okay. The rest of it's all strategy. What you can figure out based on what you've pulled. Let's go to the shop. Okay, let's grab a gambler's die. We'll grab an icicle. We are swapping out the shovel for the dagger. And we are grabbing the tenacious shield. The tenacious targe. And we are freezing those. Halved curse. Okay. Sure. Roll maximum. Nope. Whatever. Take the damage. Roll this and weaken it. Shield. Guarantee that I have some damage to toss out. I'd rather this be shielded than anything. But you've been halved, which is kind of useful, actually. And that is why I wanted the rogue dagger. Whoops. Not quite what I meant to grab, but okay. Make my shield stronger. And this is why I grabbed the Tenacious Targe. As long as I keep up that charging on the Tenacious Charge, I have a near permanent shield. Thunk and thunk. And I don't need to recharge that because... yeah, why would I? Alright. Pauldrons or coin necklace. Prevent the first time you'd lose HP in battle, or draw again if you draw a coin. This basically means anytime a coin is pulled, I pull another card from my draw bag. From my bag. Okay. Okay, well, I guess I have to grab coins then, for the sake of that. Alright, we're going to make this gambler's die a d6, because I want a weak... I want to ensure that it guaranteed, because everything I have requires more than 6 points, I guaranteed get a red. Let's sacrifice the, I guess, the 10. To put me at 19 health. Going into the bus, fight at half health almost. That's annoying. Oh. We'll freeze these guys because I can just leave them like that. We'll take 4 damage from the deer. Now that we're here... why does that have to be a low roll? Alright. Shield. Do a little bit more shielding. And then here... we just need to block as much damage as possible. I wonder what curse he's gonna apply. A debt curse to my Targe. Of course he did. Because why wouldn't he? Yeah, he applied a debt curse to my Targe. Which means that he weakened the strength of my Targe. I had to roll more die just to make it be strong. I think I'm... Yeah, I think I'm pretty much dead. Unless I can defeat him in this section. I can give myself 10 shield just off of that. And if I roll low enough, I can get 14 shield. 1, 9, 11. Okay, so cool. Keep most of my shield. We are gonna, however, do that even though... Alright. Okay. Let's do that and do that to guarantee I get the charge. I was trying to avoid having to kill the deer. Because the thing is, if you kill him first, especially if they kept that the same from the demo, you get an achievement. It is theoretically possible to get a bunch of coins and not spend them at the shop and use them as counters. Do I get a obsidian die D10 or do I get a tray bound D10? The obsidian D10 comes with 2 bones, which allow me to lower the counter if I go above points. There's a chance to have your have it toss out 3 items that are like linked together. In fact, I think there could be more than 3. I think I remember having an incident where it was 5, but more often than not, it's 3. So do I take the guaranteed 10, but I can then fuse later into a lower die that I guarantee allows me to have guaranteed crit on something? Or I can even keep it as at a 10 to guarantee a crit on a stronger weapon, on a 10 counter weapon. And if need be, I can lower it with 2 bones. Alright, I'm gonna take the obsidian D10. Left has 3... Whoa! I'm going left, because that's 2 more chests in a row. And I got my rogue dagger back. Haha. Funk. And it healed because it was more It overhealed it. Of course it did. And there we go. Thinking blood moon effect. Coins, Medallion of Greed, or Baba Yaga's finger. Okay, so 2 coins bound together. The Medallion of Greed means that every time it comes back into my draw bag and is drawn, it gets a counterpoint. It adds another point to its counter. And Baba Yaga's finger just allows me to casually just re-roll a dice, regardless of what it is, when I toss it onto the board from my tray. It is. Fox Knight thinks I should go greed, though. Okay. There's a shop coming up there. I have no coins. I wonder if they'll actually offer me the really powerful thingy. There's a weapon that the shop sometimes offers you if you have no coins, where it takes some of your health. Except I hope it doesn't now, because I have less health than it can offer me. I mean, it can take from me. You know? Taking the coins just to be safe. I could swap my shield out for a bones shield. And then grab another Medallion of Greed. Or even an Ashen die. Huh. Or I could buy a D10 Gambler's die. Problem is, you only have 3 weapon slots in the first place. You know? Bone Shield is a stronger shield overall. I can roll more to get better shield. I think I'm taking the Bone Shield for sure. But I don't know what 1-cost item I'm taking after that. Do I take another Medallion of Greed? Do I take a Spike die? Or do I take an Ashen die? D6, D4, or whatever it decides to be by the time I get to it again. Fox Knight? If I had had 3, I would have bought the rabbit foot. Much like Baba Yaga's finger, it allows for reroll. Except it puts a tremendous luck on it, which means that it's very likely to roll exactly what I would need on the reroll. You know? But yes, no. So right now, I can only get one of 3 items. The Ashen die, the Spike die, or the Medallion of Greed. Or I can just casually leave the shop and not take any of them. I am asking you, Fox Knight, what I should do. Hi. Cat. Help. 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 Fox Knight says another Medallion of Greed. Okay. What? Neither. It's a Smoky. You okay? Alright, guaranteed 10 shield. Let's see if I can get Help! Come on, just lay down, little one. Come on. Lay down. Ah, perfect. Full shield. Okie dokie. Oh. First encounter with the greed. Hey, sweetie, you need to be laying down if you're going to be on my lap. Yeah, I know, but you know. And I still died. Because why wouldn't I? Okie dokie, let's try this again. We're going mid then left. Because I want the chest. I am taking the plated die because it will give me armor if I roll it, regardless of why I roll it. We are then taking the moon slicer. Then we are going here. Reroll that die. Kill the creature in one turn. Take the coin. Head to the left. Nice one. Exact shield. Incoming curious cat. Apparently. Let's see. There we go. I got us. She was so hoping you would take her with you. Uh-huh. No. I'm 110% certain you didn't take your meds yet. AKA more than certain. Oh my. That was awesome. I did not expect that to be a thing. I didn't think it would let me read. It would stack the gambler's die rolls. If I had to re-roll the gambler's die. Alright. Quick shield. Any shield that survives stays over. Then I go in here. I do that. I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Shield. Hope for a lower roll. Slightly higher roll. Dadgummit. I was hoping for a 3. On that one. Because that was the only way I would have survived that. I'm taking the Rogue Dagger. Regardless of how useful that mirror dice can be. The Rogue Dagger just happens to be way more valuable to me. Because if I can actually get a crit roll on it, it is very useful. Because it does a second hit with the same damage. Well, with half the damage, rather. So, I don't know what it does when it's like 11 damage. I don't know if it does the higher or the lower. You know? Guess we're going mid for this, because I can avoid the... No, we're going left. We'll do the elite battles. We'll risk them. Alright. A little bit of guaranteed shield. We'll take the coin. Right here, it doesn't matter which one we take. So I'm gonna take the right one. We'll take... this one. And then we're going here. I bet it's just a shortcut. So I was right. Let's do that. We'll only, as long as we don't take too much more damage, we'll only need to sack a D4. You're not excused. How dare you? Okay, now I definitely need to target a higher die. Unfortunately. Yep, I'm dead. I thought so. I did that wrong. But no. The 2 runs I ran before I set up to go live, I made it to the boss. To the first boss both times. I'm taking that plated die. I think that'll change up some stuff. We're going mid. Thunk. Shield. Get some shield from that. Oh wait, it didn't matter. Though that was only possible with the shield aspect of that did not matter, rather. I should say. We're just gonna shield this for now. There we go. Okay. D4, come on, please be a... Dadgummit, it wasn't a crit. Alright. That was a crit, however. and that was too. Okay, so that needs to be exact damage, so I'm gonna hit that thing with this. Then... And of course it did. It rolled high enough to make it so I didn't deal any damage with that at all. And he's gonna kill me. We're taking the venom hatchet instead of the dye the poison dye itself. And we are running the least dangerous route, mid. Alright. It's all good. How you doing, Alex? Thunk. Alright. Take a coin. Alright. Since it's shielding, I don't actually need to attack, so let's do that. It's been slain. We're gonna grab the coins. And then we're going to sack the D12. Shop. Let's grab. A new D12. The icicle. And a D20. Then we're gonna ignore this because we don't need it. And now we're at the boss at full health. Alright. Wonder what curse she's gonna apply to my weapons first. A debt curse to the shovel, which is funny because it's the least important equipment to me. Well, complicates things. Spam. Probably should not have done that. How long have I been live, by the way? 3? Not 3, 2. Hour 58. According to this. Okay. Thank you, Alex, for running uptime. I'm gonna go ahead and end stream. I'm tired. Thank you, Chatty McChatters, for joining me. As always, Deputy Golden. I'll probably play some more of that game later. But I need to rest. Sorry, Alex. Love you.